Sydney's parents could have prevented this accident. In today's case, you've heard the tragic story of two young children gaining access to a deadly weapon. And because of that, one is gone from this world forever, and another is traumatized. We offer our deepest condolences to the Park family. It is this courtroom's duty to set aside emotion and focus on the laws and the facts of this case. On August 18th, 2010, Jesse Duran and Sydney Park were left alone, unsupervised, in the Park's residence. Together, these children worked to access a gun safes combination kept in an unlocked drawer in an unlocked room. And together, they were able to open this safe and retrieve a 6-shot revolver. These children began to play this game, and their innocence, combined with poor gun storage, could only end in one way. The children had begun playing this game until Sydney had an idea. She disappeared and moments later returned, wanting to play roulette. So she aimed the revolver, pulled the trigger, while pointing it at Jesse Duran. Click. She then passed the gun to Jesse. Jesse was nervous, scared, unsure, but agreed to play just one round with her best friend. She picked up this weapon and she mimicked the actions of Sydney Park. She aimed, bang. Ladies and gentlemen, the defense in this case has raised an affirmative defense, pursuing something called comparative negligence. The plaintiff has come before you with a burden. They intended to prove to you that Hayden Duran was responsible for this accident. But Hayden Duran did not put that gun into those children's hands. No. Hayden Duran taught her daughter about the dangers of weapons. What put that gun into those kids' hands was negligent gun storage. The plaintiff would lead you to believe in their story that Hayden Duran did nothing. But it is quite the opposite. The plaintiff have told you a story that is just that, a story, not something backed up by the facts. What the defense is here to offer you is a truth. The plaintiff called several witnesses to corroborate their story on this day. First, they called a babysitter, Miss Brooks, who told you on the stand that she had told both Andy and Lee Park of her concerns, and that Jesse had never once asked her about the gun, the combination, or the safe. Next, you heard from the forensic investigator, Ms. Sebastian, who told you that the only evidence that exists to link Jesse Duran to the bullet comes from a fingerprint match that does not satisfy the general criteria for fingerprint matches. The third witness they called was the child psychologist. Ms. Solo told you that one conversation is not enough to teach a child about gun safety. The defense told you there wasn't just one conversation, there were multiple conversations, each one teaching Jesse about the dangers of guns. The defense called several witnesses of their own, first being Terry Chapman. Ms. Chapman came to the stand and told us that after the events of that day, she had seen Jesse Duran crying. She had seen a poor, scared little girl crying. The plaintiff would refer to these children as pawns in a game. But they are not pawns, they are children. The defense also called the gun expert Ash DeRosa, who told you that the Parks had chosen the correct safe with the incorrect combination. He told you they had stored the combination to their safe that contained a deadly firearm in an unlocked drawer in an unlocked room that Sydney had access to. The plaintiff would tell you the Parks satisfied most of the expert's criteria. Ladies and gentlemen, if they had met all of the expert's criteria, we would not be gathered here today. The defense final witness was Jessie Duran herself. She told you the story of two best friends merely wanting to play a game. And because of the knowledge she possessed, because of her parents' negligence in preventing her from knowing the gun's location, the gun and safe's combination location, and allowing her to access the safe, these two children were able to play their game, were able to play roulette, as Sydney suggested, the real way. Ladies and gentlemen, Sydney's parents could have prevented this accident. But because they did not take the proper steps, they did not take the proper precautions, we are gathered here today. They needed to prove to you, by preponderance of the evidence, that is more likely than not that Hayden Duran put that gun into those children's hands. Ladies and gentlemen, it was not Hayden Duran that put that gun into those children's hands. It was negligent gun storage, negligent combination storage, negligent safe placement that put that gun into those children's hands. Today, we ask you to rule in favor of the defense on the grounds of comparative fault. If you believe that the Parks were comparatively negligent in this case, that it is more likely than not that the Parks could have taken the proper steps to prevent this from occurring, you must find in favor of the defense. Thank you. Your vote.
Yes, Your Honor. If I may inquire as to how much time I have remaining,
47 seconds.
does your time also reflect that, sir?
Yep.
A most dangerous game was played by Hayden Duran, and he turned the children Jessie Duran and Sydney Park into her pawns. It was her inaction that could have prevented this accident. The negligent combination storage, the negligent safe storage, the negligence that the defense claimed in regards to the Parks was all provided to you by Ash DeRosa, who was compensated $42,500. Hayden Duran played a most dangerous game with these children. Find Hayden Duran liable of negligent parental supervision. Thank you.